where a document was served on Robert J. Sprague by personally handed him Robert J. Sprague at the Cahokia board meeting on 28th day June 2016. You have now been served.
Not too bad, not too bad. You look quite dapper. Thank you, thank you. She left. Thank you.
Because American Vitals is also the second. I mean, the associate owns American Vitals, we have to go to their meeting, and that's the second list.
This time, call this meeting to order. Begin with our pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call, please.
Before I take roll call, Gloria won't be here tonight. Who? Gloria Ware.
She is excused and at the
Pearson.
Present.
Bradford. Present. Wolford.
Present.
Nichols. Here. Sanders.
Present.
welcome all in attendance. Okay, now we have the first part of business here. We have the minutes from the board meeting on June the 14th of 2016. At this time, I need a motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Sanders, second.
Second.
Second by trustee Pearson. Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Wolford.
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Yes.
Minutes approved. Next, we have payroll and accounts payable. At At this time, I need a motion and a second for approval, please.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Sanders, second
second.
by trustee Bradford. Roll call, please.
Harrison.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Wolford.
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Approved. This time we have no unfinished business, new business. We have two ordinances and then a resolution. The first ordinance is ordinance number 16-1329, an ordinance establishing a schedule of the regular meetings for the village of Cahokia. At this time, I make a motion and a second for approval. Yes, trustee Nichols.
What's the motion?
This year, we are now combining our meetings, and so we will be going from 2 meetings here a month until the one. The 2 major reasons for that is, first of all, from an eco-friendly standpoint, the amount of paper that we generate over these 2 meetings is unprecedented, and so we're going to cut down the amount of paper that we use in this one area of the meetings, and so we will combine one meeting, and so we won't have to use as much paper. And then also from the second point of view, we're looking at it from a family standpoint. A lot of our trustees, they work long hours, and so I said to them that I'm going to do the best that I can to ensure more family time with your family.
Is it on Tuesday still?
And so we will be going to Wednesday at 5:30 on the second week of the month.
Isn't that the
That's the
same?
same day as Commons Field.
And Sojays are also on that same day.
So we can't change the president.
Yes, Sojays also on the second Wednesday.
At this time, can I have a motion and a second for approval? Motion by trustee Wolford, second. Second by trustee Sanders. Roll call, please.
Harrison.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Wolford.
Yes.
Nichols.
No.
Sanders.
Yes.
Ordinance approved. Next, we have ordinance number 16-1330, ordinance requiring the holders of business licenses to have insurance and to provide proof thereof to the village clerk. This ordinance basically ensures that all businesses here in the village are to have insurance, because I believe that that is something that you must have when you have a business insurance. And so we just want to ensure that all of our businesses have the appropriate insurance, just in case an unfortunate event was to occur. At this time, I have a motion and a second for approval, please.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by trustee Bradford, second. Second by trustee Wolford. Roll call.
Harrison.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Wolford.
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Ordinance approved. Next, we have resolution number 16-1061, resolution authorizing and approving the execution of collective bargaining and agreements between the village of Cahokia and the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council on behalf of the telecommunicators, community service aides, police mechanics, and the record clerk and clerks. At this time, I'm going to defer to Attorney Scoggins with this report.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a collective bargaining agreement that has been negotiated for about 6 months with a representative of the non-certified members of the FOP union. Basically, as the mayor said, it's the telecommunicators, the community service aides, the mechanics, and the clerks. And these, they were represented by an attorney, James Daniels. We've negotiated for about 6 months, and we've reached an agreement that has been acceptable, at least to their representative and to us. It's basically similar to the certified police or the police department's record contract, 2% raise, and a little bit of a sweetening on the longevity schedule that encourages employees to stay a longer period of time, so that if they do stay a longer period of time, they get a little bit of an increase. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Trustee Nichols.
Yes, trustee.
Now, we voted on that once.
No, we didn't. This is the non-certified. Last meeting, we voted on the certified.
We voted on this the other one before, didn't we?
No, sir. It did come, it was on the agenda.
Right.
But when the council for the union sent the contract, it had the wrong figures in it, so we did
So the
vote.
figures are right.
The figures are right.
Figures are right.
Thank you.
Okay. This time, we need a motion and a second to approve of resolution number 16-1061, 1061. Motion by trustee Sanders. Motion by trustee Nichols, second
I'll second.
by trustee Pearson. Roll call, please.
Pearson.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Wolford.
Yes.
Nichols.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Okay, resolution approved. This time we have no business licenses this month. Chief report.
Okay, I'll report on stuff since the last meeting, just stuff you all need to be aware of. There was no shootings since the last meeting. I know I reported a few on the last meeting. There was only one robbery they reported. A 17 and a 15-year-old walking behind Aldi's were approached by three guys and insinuated that they had a gun and took both their cell phones. And we're working on leads on that. Burglaries, we had 3 at some vacant residences on St. Stephen's, St. Paul, and Subtle Court. Those were the only vacant residences. And then the residential burglaries on Elm, about a week ago, there was a burglary to a residence, and then another residence on Elm, there was 2 bikes taken. It seemed like it happened the same time period. There was a duplex on Judith that was burglarized, a residence on St. Bartholomew, a residence on Hanover, a residence on Wesleyan, and a residence apartment on Range. So all in all, we had 6 residential burglaries since the last meeting. Then we had one vehicle burglarized. It appeared it was in a shed on St. Leo, and they entered the shed and took items out of the vehicle. We had a couple stolen vehicles. Dollar Tree, somebody left their vehicle, Silverado truck there overnight, and it was taken while on the lot overnight. They had lost the keys, so the keys must have been in the area somewhere. And at Midwest Petroleum, we had kind of an unusual incident where a taxi cab driver stopped to get a soda, and he was trying to get this guy where he's going. And at the same instance, another lady pulled up in her car and left the keys in it and went inside. This guy jumps out, doesn't pay his cab fare, gets in that car and takes off. So, lesson learned, you can't just get out of your car and let your keys in it or let it run, And they recovered that vehicle in St. Louis a day later, so. And I know you guys always ask about fires. We've only had one fire at a vacant residence since the last meeting, and that was on St. Justin, and the fire marshals are investigating that. We also had a hit and run accident on Park Lane where a female hit a occupied parked car, somebody was in it, and then a house, and left the scene, and we were able to apprehend that vehicle and the rest of the driver. She was combative and was spitting on officers, so she was charged with DUI and 2 counts of aggravated battery for spitting on our officers, which was, it's good that the state's attorney supports us that way. That is good. And on a good note, our canine officers qualified in O'Fallon, Missouri. Canine Officer Craig and Canine Officer Heine, Mr. Heine standing back there. Annual canine certifications where both officers passed and certified at the top of the trial with overall scores. Canine Officer Craig and his canine Paco won top dog in both obedience and narcotic detection. This is the first time any Cahokia police canine has finished top dog in either of those events. And the team placed 3rd overall out of 14 teams, so they did real well, and it gives very good credibility. Tremendously increases the credibility of our dogs, so it was good. Dennis, I think you had a report.
Yeah, I just want to give everybody an update. Some of you may remember, and it may have been in the newspaper here recently, exactly 2 years ago yesterday, actually, June 27th, at 127 Kenneth here in Cahokia, we had a homicide. A lady by the name of Sandra Coleman was killed. We had to activate the major case squad. Again, we had several officers here. We took somebody into custody relatively quick. There was 2 people. One gentleman's name is Torrance Neal. The other person, he remained on the run for over a year. His name is Antrell Team. Both these individuals came from St. Louis, and they were bad news over there too. Lengthy criminal history, violent history. Just this past Thursday, Antrell Team was found guilty in St. Clair County. They've got aggravated battery with a firearm and first-degree felony murder. And there's things called enhancements They attach to these charges that guarantees an extra 25 years if they use a gun, a firearm. And he did get the enhancements, and he's looking at a minimum of 40 to natural life, and he'll serve 100% of that. So St. Clair County did a really good job. A couple of their young assistant state's attorneys, Aaron Connor and Dan Lewis, they did an excellent job, and they got that prosecuted great, and we won that. That's a victory for us.
Thanks a lot, Chief Lamon. Chief Clerk. Moving on, no executive session, no attorney report, public comments. Mr. Walter Smith.
I talked to the chief tonight a little bit. He said they are putting radar up on, because there's cars flying up and down the street. I did make like a 3 calls to the dispatcher, and I didn't quite like it the way they cut me off, and they didn't want to listen to what I had to say, and give them the address and that. And 2316 does need to be watched, because that guy has got to be moving some bad stuff. And the cars come, last night the car come from there, and they must have been doing 80 mile an hour down Carroll Street before 157, turn around and come back. And we've been having this at least once every day or so, that they're doing that, which I talked to the chief, and just maybe if they get through there different times of the days, and maybe turn around and try to catch them. And then another thing I called on is the kids from 2316 is riding go-karts and also motorbikes up and down the road. And the guy that's got the silver truck that sets up real high that I think is illegal on bumper heights. I talked to one of the officers the other day, but he's not in here now. There, when I was over here, and he was supposed to check and see what the height was. But when that guy ripped that thing up, I'm not pulling out of my driveway, because that guy, he could be running over top of something, real easy.
Well, thank you for your comments, Mr. Smith, and definitely, Chief, let's stay on top of that.
Yes.
Next we have Mr. William Williams.
How you doing today, Mayor? First of all, you told me you was going to get back with me about me putting a trash can up there in the wedge. That was 2 weeks ago. Does it take 2 weeks to make a decision about trash can?
I thought you got the memo. I said that was fine.
I didn't know.
Okay, no,
I got nothing.
No, that's fine. No,
Okay,
that's
I'll take it up there then. You got to change the trash bag then, all right?
That's fine.
Okay, I'll take it up there then. And of course, you know what else I'm talking about. Roads. These roads are pitiful. Anybody else got a complaint about roads? I mean, there's not a road in Cahokia you can go down without feeling like you're on a roller coaster or bouncing. I mean, they're knocking people off the roads. I'm watching cars hit some of these potholes, literally moving over 6 to 8 inches to the side because they hit them. I mean, that's not counting the speeders that are going over. The kid's going to get hurt. Kids are going down to the edge of the yard and they play. These guys, they don't care. They're running down the street, they hit a pothole with them. They're in somebody's yard. Second, Mr. Duncan, you told me that you were working on something about getting these backyards cleaned up. True? True. Where are we at on that?
I'm getting a list together to give to code enforcement, and we should get on that next week.
Appreciate it.
You can come by my office and see the list.
The mosquitoes are getting bad out here, they're in the backyards. I don't need a Zika virus, neither does my dog. So, and also, I know I post a lot of videos. I'm sure you guys see them. I take a lot of pictures around town. Like the park bench, or the picnic table up at the park. Somebody took a knife and was carving the wood off the bench. There's a hole about this long. The wood shavings were on the ground. I went there one morning. I went back the next afternoon, the next day, and the wood shavings are still there. No one swept them up. Nobody cleaned them up. They're all just sitting there. I didn't get a chance to go up there today, or I'd worth checking. The reason I post videos, the reason I post pictures, is because when I got arrested at that first board meeting, it opened my eyes on what we're dealing with. So, I I spent time in jail for it. Still have to go to court on it. But I will still post my videos. I will still post my pictures. I will still post my comments. Because I am everywhere on my bike. When I ride 5 to 7 miles a day, I'm everywhere. And you can't stop me from being on my bike on the road. So, just want to let you know what caused me to be like this.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Williams. Next we have Ms. Jessica McCullough.
I'm going to stay seated if that's okay with you, please. I wrote a letter last week, and I CC'd a lot of people on this. I believe the tax hike on the food and beverage is being done illegally and fraudulently by you guys, and I'll tell you why. But I'm sure you already know because I mailed the letter just prior to Mr. McCall too. This letter is written to the Illinois Department of Revenue Bureau of Criminal Investigation. I am writing this letter to report illegal local government activity and tax fraud to both the businesses and the residents of Cahokia, Illinois. On May 24th, the Village of Cahokia passed an ordinance to raise the tax rate on prepared food and beverage from 10 to 13%, and I attached the ordinance. This new ordinance has been ordered to local businesses and is scheduled to go into effect July 1st, which I attached the documents that the village sends to the businesses. According to home rule laws, which I attached as well, this ordinance, if passed before April 1st, could in fact go into effect July 1st. However, this ordinance was passed 5/24, therefore cannot go into effect until January 1st of 2017. The village is attempting to enact tax increase on July 1st, 6 months early, which violates home rule law and constitutes attempted tax fraud and illegal activity against the businesses and taxpayers of Cahokia. I will add that Mayor Curtis McCall is being incorrectly advised by Village Attorney Robert Sprague and believes some disciplinary action should be considered against an attorney who knowingly advises any level of government unethically and improperly. I'm asking for further investigation into this issue and a halt to this tax increase on July 1st. Respectfully, Jessica McCauley. This also went to the Illinois Attorney General. I sent it to the governor. I sent it to the IARDC and reported Mr. Sprague because he keeps advising Mr. McCall illegally and unethically. Also sent this to the Edgar County watchdogs and to all the news stations. So I think that you better take another look at this because it's not following the law.
Okay. Next we have Diana Capel.
Chocolate.
Capel, sorry.
Thank you. Wow. I've lived in Cahokia for 61 years. This is my first board meeting. First of all, I'd like to say you did a great job on the new chief. I've worked with both of them. These guys, and they're great guys. I think they can keep Cahokia safe. But on the other hand, I was wanting to know, what is the procedure as a landlord and a resident here for all these vacant homes? Are these homes that are burnt out? Are these people who own these homes and have abandoned them and aren't keeping up with their lawn? I mean, it's bad. We're retired. We have to live here. We have rental property here. We need to keep renting it. But this is kind of bringing things down. And I don't really know what the protocol is for the village to take care of this or to make the homeowners take care of it. So if you could clear that up for me, I'd appreciate it.
Well, there's chocolate, right?
Chocolate, yeah.
Yes. This is an everlasting problem that has been dwelling the village of Cahokia for not 5, not 10 years, but we're going on 20 years plus, where we have a lot of individuals or residents who are longtime residents here and moved away. And those homes have been vacant or burned. What I found here in my short time is that a lot of these homes and properties are held up in the banks. And so when I get on the phone and I start to talk to the banks, they have a hard time tracking down the owners. And so we spend countless hours trying to track down these owners of these properties. The last property that we just found out over in the St. Louis Gardens area, the homeowner lives in Australia. Now, it's very hard to get in touch with someone who lives in Australia. And that's the common consensus among all of these properties. We have individuals who not only live in Australia, but they live in Florida, they live in California, they live throughout the United States. And so they've just gotten up and left the property, and so it makes it very, very difficult to track these individuals down. However, that's one element of this whole piece. Then you have to deal with the banks, and they're saying that, hey, we need to get in touch with these people, and so it's almost a constant runaround. Now, what I've been working on lately here is just basically trying to put liens on the property and have, reach out to these people as far as giving them fines and putting something in place where if they get any type of federal income tax or even taking it to the extent of a payroll check. You won't get that money, you won't see those monies until you take care of the properties that you left here in the village of Cahokia burned and abandoned. Because one thing that I believe is we have to hold these individuals who have come here, lived here, and ran accountable. We have to get them by any means necessary. And so it's not an easy process. It's a very difficult process when you deal with the banks and then these individuals who may be living in Australia. It takes time, but that is something that I am aggressively pursuing because, believe me, if it was up to me, I just would knock down that house that was burned for 5 years. But then on top of that, if I did that, then we'll be looking at some suits. But I know the frustration, but I just want to let you know the process that goes into trying to get these people.
That was my question, is the process. And if I might ask, how many houses have been demolished in the past year?
We're talking about, over the past year, we're talking about roughly only about 5 because of the actual.
Because of these actions?
Yes, because of the red tape that you have to go through. Yeah. But in the meantime, we're still fighting that to get these people to hold their properties accountable.
On a lighter note with all this, I actually called your office today and left a message in regards to LaSalle Street. There's some homes in between LaSalle and Milk, weeds grown up, park. But as I was calling your office, my husband was outside, and one of the gentlemen that works for Ryan,
Yes, Mr. Nordock.
he stopped, he took care of it.
Okay.
So, and also, he can look into it, and he can get
Yes.
back with us. I'm hoping that he will get back with us in a
He
few
will.
days, and we're not just
He's
getting.
very polite, very cordial.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it.
And then we also noticed yesterday the car wash at the end of Marquette.
Yes, ma'am.
LaSalle, I'm sorry. I get the streets mixed up. I've only lived here 16 years. There were gentlemen down there, I don't know if they were from the village, whatever, they were cleaning that. I do appreciate that. But on the other hand, we've got all these houses around us
Yes, ma'am.
that are horrible. We
Yes.
take care of our yard, I'm sure that they can tell you that we do, as I know that your officers that live here take care of their yards. I mean, it's really making our property go down bad.
Definitely. Let me just say this in closing to your comment. Mr. Nordock, he does do a pretty good job out there, and I will pass on that message to him. But I will just say this. It didn't happen overnight.
I understand that. I do understand that.
And it's going to take some time. I think that the village has been neglected in so many ways for decades now.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I just want to let you know that I'm doing everything that I can to get those vacant homes and those burned out structures out of your sight.
Well, I
Everyone
constantly
else-
notice it more now that we're home, we're retired.
Sure.
I mean, when you go to
Sure,
work and you come home and you go to bed,
Definitely.
and now it's like, I have family members who don't even want to come visit us
Definitely.
because of that. But I do appreciate you taking my
No, it's
statement.
fine.
I got a comment on that, if I may.
Trustee?
Okay. County owns probably 300 homes, maybe 350 before you came in office. We took out 14 houses when we was in here in the last administration. County owns a lot of these houses, trust me. They will not, they never would give us money to tear their houses down. And all these houses, a lot, if you go back, I'm on a list of all the houses owned by county. And I'm gonna tell you what, 2/3 of them need to go.
Well, Trustee Nichols, the county, because I have looked into that as well, the ones that I'm looking at, they don't own those properties. Now, things may have changed since prior years, but what I can tell you is that, you know, I've been working aggressively with the county, with those properties that they.
Years ago on tax sale, right, am I right?
There's a fire hazard.
Okay, then a lot of them are getting burned, just on St. Justin, we had 103, the shed burn. Well, a week later, they burnt the house.
Right.
Now they burnt 105.
And that's something that you really, you know,
You
it's
can't
hard to
control,
catch. Yeah,
exactly.
right. But, you know,
So
one thing that.
what do we do? What, I mean,
And once again,
do we burn our homes down?
once the home bill gets burned, you still have to go through this whole legal process of someone still owns that property and they live in Australia.
But each time they burn, they come and put a yellow sign on that says for sale through county for $750.
You know, I understand this. I understand the Australia. I totally understand it. But not everybody is living out of the country. These people should be held responsible.
Now, if someone's actually is in the area, within this Metro East area, and they're a landlord, of course, they need to be held accountable. And that's where our code enforcement department comes in. And I believe that they've been doing a great job is trying to track down these landlords. But I'm more or less talking about those individuals who we can't be trying to track. But as a whole, I can tell you that we are aggressively trying to get these landlords and these individuals to hold their properties
I've been
accountable.
told you do have the, 5 more properties you're gonna tear down soon?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Can you make an ordinance under home law, home rule that says for these people to?
No, it's not that, Mrs. Walker, it's not that easy, because once again, you have to still deal with the banks.
You know, I guess it was about a year ago, we had a piece of rental property. Unfortunately, the gentleman rented from us for 17 years. He passed away. Well, definitely, we had to do a lot to bring this apartment up to code, which we did. My husband put new floors in, new this, new that, everything, to bring it up to code. Yes, it passed code. But then we've got a house next door to us they have a swimming pool that hasn't been used in 5 years, 10 years, and there's plants growing out of it.
Right.
Brian said he was gonna.
Right, and I'm sure that in 10 years, for one, either that owner, I'm just guessing now, he may not live in the area, or someone was not holding
They
him,
live there.
and someone was not holding him accountable. But that's what I've been on, that's been my agenda since I've been here, holding the ones that we can get accountable.
I
Now, the
understand.
other ones, that's just a work in progress.
I understand.
Yes.
Well, again, thank you for taking me.
No problem. Next we have Mr. William.
Yeah. I think I was here about back in May, I think I mentioned this to you about the trees and all the shrubs and stuff growing in the fence line at the pool next to the ducks cesspool there. Fountain. That's what I think it was, fountain, something like that, what it's, and all the trash cans are full up there, and nothing going on, there's no trash cans, I know. Another thing I'd like to ask every one of you people I want to answer to, if you don't mind, why you didn't second Mr. Nichols' motion to fire Mr. Sprague. Thank you very much.
Okay, next we have Mr. Ted Chopper.
Mr. McCall, excuse me, I'd like their answers first.
Sir, you had your turn. You gotta sit down.
I'm thinking we're done.
You sit down.
Okay, I know the rules. I won't sit down next month. Thank you. Better have an answer.
I'm sorry,
Mr. McCall, I'm glad to see that you're finally trying to address some of the issues brought to you by the public. And so I'm going to bring up an issue too that's been brought up almost every meeting by a number of people. As an educator, I'm sure you have concern for our kids. So what are your plans for providing recreation, mentoring programs, and possibly jobs for the youth of Cahokia, because they need to get off the streets?
Mr. Chopper, once again, I definitely agree with you on your sentiments, and I have a real detailed plan. If you want to come up tomorrow, we can sit down and.
This is the first time you've ever answered that
You can
question.
just come up to my office, and we'll have just a good conversation about what my ideas are. Yes, sir.
And also, I want to announce that a reward has been issued for information leading to the arrest and conviction of my son Travis. It's been placed on NBC News, and I just wanted to tell everybody while they're here about it. And if anybody has information, I'd like them to respond to myself, Inspector McGinnis, or the chief. I'm sure the information gets through that way. And you may have the proper intentions as far as eliminating a meeting, but I think this is going to end up with longer meetings in the future.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chopper. Okay, at this time, we're going to go ahead and.
I need something to say.
At this time, well, what I do is I go off the list, and so.
Well, I got your list, your list wasn't out there.
Once again, you have to
I
get your
couldn't sign
district.
because I walked
Now,
in the
Ms.
door.
Walker, what you can do after we adjourn, you can come see me after the meeting. We can
No,
talk
I'd
about
like to
what-
say what I have to say now.
Otherwise, I can't let you speak until you sign the list, okay?
So you're
At
telling
this
me
time,
that
we're gonna go ahead and
because
invite-
I was running late to the board meeting today, I'm not allowed to speak.
Not right now. You
Is
have to
what
get
you're
here-
saying.
You have to get here in time, honey, in order to sign.
I walked in the door 3 minutes after it was started, and I have something that I would like to say.
Once again, you need to get here on time in order to sign and speak.
Okay.
Okay? All right, let's go ahead and motion for adjournment. At this time, I need a motion and a second. Motion by Trustee Pearson, second by Trustee Bradford. Roll call, please.
Harrison.
Yes.
Bradford. Yes. Wolford.
Yes. Another
Nickel.
violation. Another violation.
Sanders.
Yes.
All right,